I watched AOC answering questions in Munich. This was not a good look for the United States. I watched Gavin Newsom answering questions in Munich, and this was a bad look for our country. These two people are incompetent, and at least Hillary's competent. She's just Trump deranged. She was so deranged. She is an angry woman.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
You know, I think that this is such a, you know, I think that this is a, this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point.
First, I think you really don't like him.
You know, that is absolutely true. But I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world. And I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
Can I please finish my points? I'm sorry that it makes you nervous. I'm really sorry for that.
Okay, first that was President Trump on Congresswoman Cortez and Governor Newsom's dubious bad performance in Munich. And now AOC has been calling the media to get them to dial down and dial back their coverage of her train wreck performance. And that was Hillary Clinton making international headlines, attacking and lecturing and interrupting a top Czech official. He called her out for her Trump rage. Look who's here, Fox News contributor, former Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz. Jason, it's always great to see you again, sir. Let's go through it. Show the Washington Post. The Washington Post slammed AOC's, quote, incomprehensibility and for fumbling layup yes or no questions. The New York Times said AOC called to complain about its reporting of her self-inflicted, quote, stumbles and shaky moments. Jason, are they going to rein in AOC? She didn't look ready for prime time, and neither did Hillary Clinton, by the way.
Boy, those are the best headlines she got out of it, because if you watch those 20, 30 seconds, it is just cringeworthy. It used to be that Kamala Harris owned that trophy. She was the top of the heap on word salads, but all you had to do is turn the mic to AOC, and she's there at the Munich Security Conference knowing she's going to get foreign relation type of questions. And boy, did she stumble. She just thought she could just dance around, but no, it just showed the total incompetence and the lack of any sort of knowledge about foreign policy.
Yeah, but, you know, Jason, she had apparently weeks, if not months, of preparation. She really wants to run for the White House. So does Gavin Newsom. They both face-planted on the world stage in front of the entire world. I mean, we're looking at headlines from overseas, Jason, on both AOC, Gavin Newsom, and Hillary Clinton. Not a good look for the party. The president's right to call it out.
Well, you know what? Elections are about contrast. And I think what we saw from President Trump, Secretary of State Rubio, Vice President Vance, is their words. If you listen to their speeches on the world stage, it shows that America is first, that is the America First agenda. Democrats are spewing what they believe, and that is they just believe in one world order. They don't believe that the United States is superior. They don't believe in American exceptionalism. That is the contrast between the two parties. So between Newsom and AOC and Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden,
but who's
there's
the leader?
A pattern here.
There's a leadership void. I mean, the New York Times reporter specifically tweeted out AOC called him to complain, saying they have the coverage wrong. Why should the media, why should the New York Times, why should anybody have to fix AOC's own stumbles, gaffes, and word salads? This feels like Biden White House bullying of the media again. Does the far left think that they have such a lock on the media establishment that they can pick up the phone and get them to change the headlines and change their coverage? Is that how bad the media has been in the United States of America and the far left and the Democrat Party?
I think you're exactly right. I think this is how they're used to getting business. Bury this story, go with this story. All you have to do is run the video. You don't need any spin to it. Just show the 20 to 30 seconds with a very simple question about Taiwan, and then you get the answer that you need. But yeah, they're used to strong-arming the media, but maybe the media will start to figure out that's not the way America wants to see it.
I mean, this is a real collapse inside the Democrat Party. The intellectual void inside the Democrat Party is now a canyon.
That's right.
It's cavernous. And the American people and people overseas, the foreign press is seeing it now too. Jason Chaffetz, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always great to see you.